What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Night show, NBA talk with Jay. About to go through these games, man, and get up out of here. It's real rapid fire. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have much time. Really, just breaking down the games for you guys. Obviously, I'll be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with more picks in this one, guys. But first game up, let's get straight to it. Here we head to the streets of Washington D.C. Here, guys. We got the Washington Wizards laying 2 points at the house versus the New York Knicks in this one, my guys. And looking towards the Knicks in this one, plus the points. I must say they are 4-1-1 ATS last 6 games. The road team is 5-0 against the spread last 5 meetings here. This is the first of back-to-back for the Knicks. They got the Pelicans tomorrow, but you want this one versus the Eastern Conference team. Knicks 5-1 against the spread last 6 meetings in Washington. They're also 29-11 against the spread last 40 road games. So the Knicks have been balling out, been road warriors. 19-8 against the spread last 27 versus a winning team versus a winning home team with the winning home record. The Wizards have been 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games, 5-1-1 ATS last 7 home games versus winning road teams. But the Wizards were hot, and sometimes when a team is super hot, that's when you like the break can really come at the wrong time, in my opinion. Here, so Knicks plus the 2 is what I'm looking at in this one. Hadn't bet it yet. I know Mitchell Robinson did practice yesterday, so he could possibly play in this game. Don't be a bit surprised if Mitchell Robinson plays here. Excuse me, Bill is also questionable here, guys. So Knicks plus the 2 is the way that I'll be looking in that one. Knicks versus Wizards in that one. Let's head over here to the streets of Atlanta. We have the Hawks. Land was really down to a point, now 2 points basically. This is a revenge spot for the Hawks. They lost November 21st, 114-102 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They are 4-1 straight up in ATS in their last 5 games. This is the first game for after Hawks fired their coach as well. So Nate McMillan is no longer the coach over there. Usually you like to back a team after they fired their coach. This is a turn-up spot. I'll be honest. I thought the Cavs were going to beat the Nuggets. Then they'd be coming in off a high back-to-back spot. I thought that they would get the job done. I was going to be on the Hawks, guys. I'm probably not going to bet this game now. I would still lean Hawks in my opinion, but like I say, the situation did not set up well. It's a funky type of day, man, to be honest with you, my guys. So the Cavs are coming off a big game versus Jokic and the Nuggets, but like I say, they did it. I'm taking the L in that one. When I'm doing my research on this game yesterday, I was expecting the Cavs to be coming off a win. So it's not that great of a situation. This is a little road game for the Cavs before they head back to the house for a few games. Cavs only 3-8 against the spread as a road underdog. That's second worst in the league in this one. So I want to lean Hawks. I do think they'll be fired up. They finally got rid of McMillan over there, so I do think that the Hawks will be fired up. New coach, so maybe like to say maybe Hawks first half or something. The Cavs sometimes the better team can get it done full game, but I would like maybe lean Hawks first half and know, and they will be happy that the coach is going over there, guys. Head over here to the streets of Milwaukee here, guys. We have the Bucks here. Land of 2 points at the house with versus the Heat. I don't think Giannis is playing. He's already doubtful here. You have the Heat 4-1 ATS last 5 meetings versus the Bucks. They're 2-0 straight up this year versus Milwaukee when Giannis sits. So when Giannis plays, they have obviously the major advantage. But when he's out, the Heat have the advantage in my opinion. Historically great, playing on 3 days rest as well. They're 37-16 in their last 53 games. The Heat are playing on 3 or more days rest. So they look. We know that they have a really good coach over there, Eric Spoelstra. I expect them to have his guys ready, and the Heat need to stack up wins as well. They are 7-1 ATS, playing with 8 or more days rest as well. So post the All-Star break, they're 7-1 ATS in their first game in that one, guys. I think it's going to be 8-1 ATS here. There's a long break. It's a long break to break up the Bucks 12-game win streak, in my opinion, man. When you go on a 12-game win streak as a basketball player, you're playing every other day, you're hot, you're in a groove. The All-Star break is probably going to mess up their win streak. I think the Bucks lose this game. I don't think Giannis is playing. I like the Heat here plus the 2 and on the money line in this one to burn those Bucks up in this one. Turn up the Heat in this one, guys. Give me the Heat plus the 2. That is something that I like for sure tomorrow. So over here to the streets of Minnesota here, guys got we have the Wolves here. It was laying 8 points in this one. This is a revenge spot, man. They lost 110-108 on November 25th. Cat was in that game. LaMelo Ball was out in that one. But the Wolves are making a playoff push, in my opinion, man. They're 7-0 ATS in their last 7 games, following no loss as well. 6-1 ATS last 7 games, playing on 3 or more days rest. Also 19-9 ATS last 28 versus smaller versus less than 40% win teams in this one, man. So they beat up on the bad teams. The Hornets, they're simply ass, man. They're off 2 straight wins, but they are tanking, in my opinion. Also, 0-4 ATS the last 4 games. With this being a revenge spot for the Wolves, I must say I didn't lay the 8. I do definitely think they win this game if you would like to put it in the money line parlay, but the Wolves should definitely win this game. They probably win it by double digits. I just don't know if I want to lay the 8 with them. So lean Wolves in that one, but probably not laying the 8 with them. Set up here to the streets of Phoenix here, guys. We got the Suns land 8 points at the house versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Suns are 5-1 ATS last 6 games, playing on three or more days rest. They're also 6-2 in their last 8 games versus losing teams, 6-2 ATS. So they beat up on bad teams. The Thunder were supposed to get a win tonight. Looks like they probably lost that game, but it did go into overtime, right? So they're even more tired here. It was already going to be a bad spot coming in back to back. Now off overtime, coming from Utah as well, off a close game. I'm pretty sure they lost the game, man. So I can't believe they lost this shit, man. So yeah, they end up losing 120-119. I feel like the Suns might take them to Smack City. Now I'm not probably going to lay the 8 points with them, but I did take a Suns money line and Clippers money line parlay. I got that at -130. I do think that's free money right there. I definitely think the Suns get the win, and I also definitely think the Clippers get the win as well. I must say the Thunder was supposed to be winning this game, guys. So the parlay isn't as much as free money anymore. The Thunder do need to win every single game. It is a bad fatigue spot, but they were supposed to be coming off a win here with this being a schedule loss. I still think they lose the game, but just it's not that big of a situation. It's not that big of a play as it was supposed to be. Like I said, it's a really funky day, man, I must say. Lane Suns there, -8, my guys. Head over here to the streets of Golden State here. Got the Warriors land 9.5 points at the house versus the Rockets. It's a real simple game for me. I know I'm not betting this game. I'd lean to the Warriors and I'd lean to the over as well in this one. We know that the Rockets not going to play a ton of defense. I see a ton of pace, a ton of shots as well. That's just how I see that game. So lean Warriors, lean the over in that one. Let's go over here to the streets of Chicago here. I don't have much on this game. I'll be honest with you. I know I do want to fade the Bulls in this for the rest of the season. I think that it's a high possibility Bulls might miss the playoffs, but they did just get Beverly. Might give them a little jolt of energy, at least for a little while. And that one, I do lean the Nets in this game, though. 7-3 ATS last 10 games. They've had more time to gel and build chemistry over this break as well. The Bulls, in my opinion, are in a complete free fall. Like I said, they got Beverly, but he might help them with defensive mentality or something like that. But overall, I'm not a fan of this Bulls team. I think they're a clear fade, in my opinion. 0-6 straight up and ATS last 6 games. Now the same thing with the opposite of a win streak. When you've been losing, you want that break as well, so you can kind of reset or whatever. But I just think that's a telling story of where the Bulls are going, where they're headed. The Lonzo news doesn't make it even better, any better, my guys. 7-1 ATS last 8 playing on three or more days rest. The Bulls are, so they have been good in playing with rest. But like I say, Beverly is a plus in my opinion, man. But I still lean Nets in this game. I'm not betting it's too much of a toss up. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls did win one game with Beverly, just a little energy or whatever back at the house. But I do think the Bulls are fading the second half of this season. I won't be betting on them much. I'm either looking towards spots to fade them or I'm staying off the game, guys. Last game up, go over here to the streets of LA. We got the Clippers, land 6.5 points here versus the Kings, and I like the Clippers here. You catching the Kings on a back-to-back spot as well, coming off the break. The Clippers are making a strong playoff push to one of those top 4 seeds in the West, and knowing, man, this is a revenge spot as well. They lost them there by 30 points, man. They rested Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They lost 96-123 in their last meeting versus the Kings. They will remember that. They will smack the Kings up here. I hope that they don't start Westbrook. I know that Zubac is out. They have Plumlee, though, it can back up, but let's hope that they don't start Westbrook in this one, guys. But 2 home faves with incentive, in my opinion, plus the rest advantage. The 2-team parlay, I do like it. Suns, Clippers, moneyline parlay. And I think I'm going to lay the 6.5 with the Clippers in this one, guys. I think the Kings, their defense is bad enough to where the Clippers can get some easy baskets. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, they should get their feet wet in this one, my guys. Plus the Kings, first game of a little 3-game trip. They got the Thunder back-to-back. After this, they'll get maybe a couple wins there. But for this particular game, I think the Clippers win this game by double digits over the Kings in that one, guys. That's the show, man. I did this real quick for the people. You see what I'm saying? If you'd like to get a shirt, go check me out for the shirts as well. If you'd like to become a member of the show, I'm doing the night shows right now for everyone, guys. But I'm like I say, I'm giving you early looks on some games. I must say, for it's probably going to be members only. It's only $3.99 a month, so I mean, it's not like it's asking you for a ton of money. But the night shows usually will be members only, my guys. Obviously, all the shows, the 1 p.m. Eastern show, every day on YouTube. That's the same. That's for everybody, for the public, and the Game Time official shows as well will be live tomorrow with my guy Chris B. Cappin at 6 p.m. Eastern, my guys, with more officials and all the Game Time information as well. But couldn't talk you off joining the channel. Just drop the drop down button from the chat, then click join the channel. $3.99 a month gets you access to special perks and the night shows, my guys. So let's get some cash, man. I broke you down with it. That's the plays, man. I'm liking. Do like the Clippers -6.5 tomorrow. I like the Heat +2 tomorrow. Heat +2 is probably the best bet. That's probably the strongest feel, but I do feel very strongly on Clippers -6.5, and I'm kind of feeling strongly on the Knicks there as well, especially if they're missing Bill with knee soreness. Those will be my top 3 looks tomorrow. Number 1, Heat +2, and on the money line. After that, Clippers -6.5, and then after that, the Knicks +2 and now. And I think that's 3-0 one time for the one time. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's Us Against the Bookies. Join the channel as a member. Don't miss out. $3.99 a month, man. Couldn't talk you off, man. We out. Let's cash.